I, 20M, recently found out my girlfriend of 6 years, 19F, has been a cam girl for 9 months to help fund her education. Me and my ex, who I will name Sophie, have been together since we were in year 9, English terms, at school. I'm a few months older than her, so I was 14, she was 13. We've never split in this time period or done anything with anyone else. It's been what my mother described as a perfect teenage romance. She's too soppy for my liking, lol. When me and Sophie were getting older, Sophie had a big falling out with her female friends during college/sixth form whilst she dealt with some family trouble. I stood up for Sophie, which made things worse, so at that time she decided she wanted to move away for university to experience life away from our hometown, as she put it, and to make new friends. I was upset, but I understood. She was crying a lot. She was upset quite a bit because of her friends dumping her, and I didn't want to be selfish and try and convince her too much to stay around. I told her, obviously, that I will really miss her, but for her own good and mental well-being to leave, and I wouldn't leave her for it. I have noticed that other than money worries, she has been much better since joining university, and her relationship got back to how it was, with no one to interfere in the middle of it. The problem is, however, last week I drove down on Friday night after I finished work to surprise my girlfriend. She didn't think I was coming, as her birthday is coming up. She thought I was coming on the Saturday morning, but I wanted to spend all day with Sophie, not travel on Saturday, and I thought it would be cute to surprise her. I get to her house and her housemate answers and lets me in. I whisper shush to her, so Sophie doesn't know what's happening, and sneak upstairs with a bouquet of flowers and her birthday gift/card in my hands. This is when I open up her bedroom door. To my horror, she was on a well-known campsite doing a show. My jaw was in China. I was so shocked. She quickly shut her laptop and I just left, whilst she tried to get me to stay, but I told her there and then we were through. After I cleared my head and decided this needed sorting, I messaged her that I would meet her in a random bar in her university town that she normally goes to on a Friday night anyway. I asked her straight up why. She told me that she's been struggling with finances for quite some time since her parents aren't very supportive, true, and she has had to rely on her student loans. Her student loan is the full amount for a UK student since her parents earn under the threshold BTW. I tell her that fair enough, I know it's hard, but why couldn't she get just a weekend job or something similar for when she's not at university instead of being a cam girl? She told me she wasn't going to give up her weekends out drinking and that is part of the university lifestyle, which pissed me off because if you were struggling so much, you wouldn't be able to go drinking every weekend. She told me she never told me because she knew I would react bad. I did react bad. She betrayed my trust and she might not have physically cheated on me, but in a way it feels like she has. I told her we were done unless she gave up the cam work. She told me no. I just walked out and left. Ever since, my phone has been blowing up. I've blocked her on most things as I'm still incredibly hurt. I don't think I'll go back now even if she did agree to stop now, because clearly her boozing and cam sessions are more important than me. I'm unsure how to proceed. At the moment I feel like I am in the right and feel underappreciated/lonely. Did I do the right thing? And if I have/haven't, what should my next steps be? Too long, didn't read. I caught my ex-girlfriend being a cam girl. She's doing it for money for her education, which includes her boozed up weekends. I feel like I've been cheated on and feel very low on her list of priorities since she chose camming over me. I don't know if I've done the right thing by ending it, and what should I do next?
Hey guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, thanks.
You have every right to decide what is a deal breaker for you in your relationship. I'm amused by the people who are all she hid it because she knew how you would react. She was right to hide it. You don't keep trust in a relationship by simply not telling your partner things that will upset them. If she honestly did not see this as a problem, she would have told you and talked about things. I have no problem with any kind of romance work, however she knew this would end your relationship so she hid it. That's hella shady behavior. You're better off without her and she'll be happier not hiding and sneaking around. Updated, I, 20M, recently found out my girlfriend of 6 years, 19F, has been a cam girl for 9 months to help fund her education. First of all, I would like to say thank you for the helpful answers I received in my first post, and would also like to thank the people who respectfully disagreed with me. I would also like to apologize for getting angry at the people who tried to insult me for my opinion, but getting told she's better off without you etc. when I feel like I've done nothing wrong is a low blow. So on to the update. Last night I decided late on I'd go to a party where people I went to school with etc. were at one of my old friends' houses. The awkward thing though is I didn't know Allison would be there, who is Sophie's best friend from our area. Me and Allison have always gotten along really, we were never particularly close but we've never had a problem with each other. She saw me and told me that whilst she doesn't agree with the camming behind my back, apparently she's known for a while, and told Sophie to tell me, she's upset that we split up and so is Sophie. I told Allison that it's more than just being a cam girl, it's the fact I didn't have the choice to be okay with it, the fact she's doing it and blowing it on drink and whatever else on the weekend, and how I felt undervalued that she would prefer to make money this way than try to save our relationship. Allison said she could see my point but Sophie sees it differently according to her and thinks that I should be okay with it because I never knew what was going on and it didn't affect me in any way. I said that people being physically cheated on don't know what's going on, but it still affects them. This is how I felt and that I obviously valued romance differently to Sophie these days. That it would be best to go no contact to save us heartache as we've obviously developed into two different people, and if Allison could tell her that, that would be great. Just about 25 minutes ago I received a text from Allison saying that she told Sophie what I'd said, and Sophie said that it's her body, she can do what she wants and that shouldn't concern me, that I'm being an idiot and should just accept that she makes more money doing this than I ever could to support herself. She showed me the text. Allison apparently unleashed on her because of how selfish she thought that was by Sophie, and I got the answer I needed in full. This isn't the same person I dated for 6 years. I've noticed changes slowly during university in her that I've ignored until now, but I feel like I just stayed with her because I loved her former self. So now I'm single for the first time in my adult life. I'm going to do things I've missed out on considering my friends have always called me whipped and actually be one of the lads. Too long, didn't read, went to a party, saw Sophie's best friend who offered to pass on a message to Sophie. Sophie insulted me to Allison saying she makes a lot more money doing this than I could ever provide her plus other things, which made me realize this isn't the same person I love. And even though I'm still upset, I've come to accept that the person I loved doesn't exist anymore. Her decision not to talk to you about it was her big mistake. When people in a relationship become adults, a certain amount of communication is absolutely vital to staying strong. You were absolutely right to get out of it. If she's willing to do that for money without your knowledge despite your 6-year relationship, who knows what that could turn into later on when the stress of student debt, mortgages etc. hits. Go out and enjoy being an adult with the lads. It feels like a weight pulled off my shoulders that I can go out with my friends on a weekend to a pub/club without the next day getting shouted at because someone she doesn't like me being with was there, or that I didn't tell her I was going out. I understand now why my friends have called me whipped for years lol. I, 25F, have been long distance with my boyfriend, 25M, for 3 months because he was temporarily sent away on a work project. It turns out, he misled me when he said temporarily and actually won't be coming back. I had been dating Lawrence for 4 months when he told me he was being sent away for work. He works as a project manager and had to move across the country to help with a new development. I really enjoyed being with Lawrence and was sad that he was moving away. But I made it clear that I did not want to do long distance. It wasn't for me. I had tried it with other boyfriends in the past with little success. But it's only 3 months, was what he said to me. We talked about it more in depth and he explained to me that he only had to be there for the initial launch and to help get things moving, and then they were sending him back after 3 months. We talked more about the situation and I agreed to it. 3 months was not bad at all, and it's not like I wanted to be with anybody else. He was an incredibly caring and attentive long-distance boyfriend. It was hard the way that all long-distance relationships were hard, but he put in a lot of effort to make things work. He even surprise visited me once a month. Well, Reddit. It has been 3 months. And guess what? He's not coming back. He just told me that he actually sent away permanently. Not to help set up, but to run the whole development. It was a big promotion for him. But he didn't want to let me go, and he knew I was not willing to do long distance, so he basically lied. He figured that if I got a taste of what long distance with him was like, I would change my mind and want to stay with him. He doesn't understand why I am furious. The big part of why I have been okay with doing long distance with him is because I knew it was temporary. It's like he tried to trap me into a longer relationship. I don't know what to do. I don't want to do long distance, even if he does visit me once a month. But I am especially angry that he doesn't understand why what he did was not okay. He basically stole 3 months from me. He is coming back this weekend. I had a whole thing planned for it. I got us a nice hotel at a nearby beach and booked restaurant reservations. Except now his return is actually just another visit. Too long, didn't read. I've been doing long distance with my boyfriend, who said he would only be gone for 3 months. Turns out he purposefully misled me and was sent away permanently for work. He's coming back this weekend and I am infuriated. What do I do? Don't waste your time on liars. Go to the hotel/restaurant with a friend and have a blast. Update, I, 25F, have been long distance with my boyfriend, 25M, for 3 months because he was temporarily sent away on a work project. It turns out, he misled me when he said temporarily and actually won't be coming back. I'm literally shaking as I type this. So much has happened in the mere days since I posted. So, after reading and considering all your comments, I break up with him immediately. I honestly didn't even want to wait to do it in person because I was so angry, and because I had decided to do the romantic beach trip with my best friend instead, so I wasn't going to wait for him to get there. I explain very clearly why what he did was such an awful thing to do to a person. He apologizes for lying to me for months. He's sad and hurt about what happens, tries to convince me to stay with him, all that poop, but I am firm and he eventually accepts it. The next day he is in a Facebook relationship with somebody else. I check his Facebook and all of a sudden there are months of posts of him and this new girl visible to me. Posts that he had clearly hidden from me that he made available to me now. They clearly have been together for the last 2 months. I freak out. I call and text him, nothing. I message him on Facebook, nothing. Radio silence. He's totally cut me out. I am infuriated, and I message this new girl on Facebook. I don't want to waste my time with this, so I type up a long message explaining our relationship, including screenshots of our texts, pictures of us together, even photos of gifts/cards he has given me. New girl responds, and this is an exact quote, "Yeah, he told me you would to this. Listen, from one woman to another, please consider getting some professional help. You can't keep doing this every time he enters a new relationship. It's unhealthy. Learn to move on. I am now blocking you. Please do not try to contact me again." So, yeah. That's it. I'm in shock, I'm humiliated, I'm so angry. I'm leaving for the beach with my best friend this evening, which will be much, much needed. Too long, didn't read, broke up with Lawrence. Next day, he is in a Facebook official relationship with a new girl that he has clearly been cheating on me with for months. I try to reach out and warn new girl and she basically responds with, "Yeah, he already told me you're crazy, don't talk to me again." What an butthole. Don't worry, she will figure it out in time. I wonder though, the information you sent her, how recent is it? Any proof of you guys being in a relationship like very recently? Yeah, they were recent photos of us. I even attached screenshots of my photo albums within a photo that had dates on them. The screenshots of our text messages are also dated. I feel like he must have elaborately prepared for this to happen, or something. because she was so unfazed by everything I sent her.